Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel Sparkle English, where I teach you how to improve your level of English. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to my channel for more different videos on how to improve your writing skills, speaking skills, spelling skills, and more. In today's video, we're going to do a grammar lesson on the difference between there is, there are, there was, and there were. We use there is and there are to say that something exists or doesn't exist. And we use there is and there are in the present tense. We use there is plus a singular noun, or you can say theirs plus a singular noun. Theirs means there is. For example, there is one cake, or there's one cake. And we use there are plus a plural noun when there is more than one thing. For example, there are two cakes. Let's look at some more examples. There is one teacher in the classroom, or there's one teacher in the classroom. There are 4 students in the classroom. Because there is only one teacher, we have to say there is or theirs, because teacher is one singular noun, it's one teacher. But because there are 4 students, this is plural, so we have to say there are. There are 4 students. If you want to ask a question, you would say is there or are there. For example, let's look at this picture. Is there a cat on the table? Yes, there is. There is a cat on the table. Is there a dog on the table? No, there isn't. The dog is under the table. It's not on the table. For both of these, we use is because we are referring to one cat or one dog. This noun is singular. In the next question, are there apples on the table? Yes, there are. There are 3 apples on the table. Are there bananas on the table? No, there aren't. So when we are asking questions, we use is there if it's followed by a singular noun like cat or dog, and we use are there if it's followed by a plural noun like apples or bananas. You may also ask a question using how many. How many are there? For example, how many apples are there on the table? And the answer would be, there are 3 apples. Now try to answer this question yourself. How many men are there at the office? There are 5 men at the office. And what happens if there was only 1 man? Then you would say there is 1 man at the office. So now I want to talk to you about the difference between there is, there are, and there was, and there were. We have been talking about there is and there are, which we use in the present tense. Let's look at this picture, for example. This is a picture of a town called Little Valley. There is one park in Little Valley. We use there is because it's only one park. It's a singular noun. In Little Valley right now, there are 5 houses. We use there are because it's plural. There are 5 houses. But let's say we want to talk about Little Valley in the past. In the past tense, we would use there was and there were. For example, this is a picture of Little Valley in 2013. in the past. In 2013, there was one house in Little Valley. In 2013, there were 5 parks. So again, remember, we use there is and there are to talk about something now in the present. So in Little Valley, there is one park. However, in 2013, there were 5 parks. And now in Little Valley, there are 5 houses. In the past, in 2013, there was one house. Now let's do some practice using there is or there are. There one van. There 3 bananas. The first one would be there is one van. Because it is only one van, it is a singular noun. So we say there is or there's, apostrophe S. In the second example, there 3 bananas, we have to say there are 3 bananas. Because bananas is a plural noun. There's more than one banana. There are 3 bananas. Let's try 2 more. There 4 flowers. There a dog. Again, flowers is plural, so we have to say there are 4 flowers. There is a dog, or there's a dog, because a dog is singular. Now let's say we're talking about the past. So we want to use there was or there were. We're talking about a party last night. There 4 balloons at the party last night. There a magician at the party last night. Do we use there was or there were? In the first example, we have 4 balloons, and that is a plural noun. So we have to write there were 4 balloons at the party last night. In the second example, it is one magician. It's a singular noun. So we have to use there was a magician at the party last night. You cannot say there's a magician at the party last night because there's means there is. There's is only a contraction for there is, not for there was. So when we're talking in the past, we have to say there was a magician at the party last night if we are referring to a singular noun. Now what I want you to do is write sentences in the comments below using there is or there are to describe items that you see in this picture of a city. For example, there are 2 cows. There is a sun. What other sentences can you come up with describing this picture? Thank you guys once again for watching this video, and make sure to click like and subscribe to Sparkle English for more videos on how to improve your level of English. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.